So the other day on Reddit, someone had a look into the Smite API. Smite API is basically information drawn from the system to be used by third-party software. Something like Smite Guru, Smite Fire, it can check your builds, it can check your stats, etc., etc. What no one does, though, is check player count. It's probably not even offered. But something it does offer is match count. And the thing that got brought up was that on Saturday, August 28th, 2021, 225,093 matches were played. I reiterate, that is matches played, meaning we can hold up to 10 people in any match. So take that number, multiply by 10, assume that no one has played more than one game that day, and you have well over 2 million people playing Smite on a Saturday. However, not all the game modes can hold 10 players. Something else that the Smite API can do, or the information you can draw from it, can be? I'm confused. This is about math, not English. What it can also do is show matches by mode. And here I have transferred that information, matches played by game mode. And as you can see here, all the game modes are divided into how many players they can hold. 1v1s hold 2 people, and Conquest holds up to 10. Then you take the game mode by how much it can hold, multiply that by matches played, and you get the number of players. Is that important? Does it really matter? If you go to the 3v3 casuals, you see 56,000 matches played compared to casual Conquest, 41,000. So Joust has more, but if you do it in this manner, where you get the number of players, Joust has less players than casual Conquest. Even though more matches of Joust were being played that day, Conquest holds more people, 10 versus 6. Add those all together, it's no longer 2.2 million, for shame, only 1.8 million now. That is assuming no one plays more than one game a day. Now, if we assume everyone plays at least 2, that's 900,000. If everyone plays 3, that's 600,000. 4, 400,000. I did stop taking count at 4, but then I asked people how many games they would play a day, and Jesus Christ, some of you get a job. So I put it at 20 because I assumed anything beyond that daily, you're dead within a week. Then I organized the game modes, made a nice little pie chart. You find out the percentage of how much each of these game modes takes, and then you can plug and play. And this is where you can start seeing some issues. Even if we had 1.8 million players, they're not all playing the same thing. Take ranked console 3v3, for example, ranked PC 3v3, which is about half of that. And that's assuming they only play one match. That's 28,000 players and 11,000 players. If all of them are playing at least 2 matches, that's 14,000 and 5,000 players. And that doesn't even take into account what time of the day they're playing, on what server, at what skill level. And I've been seeing tons of these statements on Twitter, on Reddit. The matchmaking is so bad. The matchmaking's not bad, there's just not enough players. It's like finding a recipe online for a cake. Hypothetically, it requires 10 eggs. You only had 2. It comes out terrible. Ew, the cake is terrible. Ergo, the recipe's terrible. I don't know if the recipe's terrible. We didn't have enough eggs. And if you did happen to watch that video where I rambled about hypothetically how many players you need to run a MOBA game mode in a region at a certain time at a certain skill level, you'll know that none of these are anywhere near it. But this answers a few questions. This is why the matchmaking, quote unquote, sucks. It's not the matchmaking, it's the player counts. And here come those geniuses in all the comment sections. If we just got rid of some game modes, we would fix Smite. Let's get rid of Arena. Everyone will play Conquest. No, they won't. They will leave. I understand the patriotism, thinking of us all as united under one game, but while we are all Smite players, we're not all Conquest players. We're not all Arena players. We're not all Jousters. Quick thing to note, not having enough players or losing players is not enough to kill a game these days. Some games are downright anemic and they're still alive. It's like saying you got shot and the cause of death was loss of blood. No. It was the bullet. If I absolutely had to wager what would quote unquote kill Smite, that would come from a purely business angle where the game costs too much to maintain compared to how much it makes. Aside from that, I don't really know where the whales are located, the big thick wallet havers. If the pro scene died out, I don't know how many whales are invested in that. If you had to downsize on some game modes, I don't know how many whales are down there. Because in a free-to-play game, the only thing that matters are how many people are paying. I don't care if you have 5 billion players, if nobody's buying stuff, it's not gonna do anything. In fact, it's worse for you, because you have to rent out these servers that nobody's helping you pay for. This video was mostly just a retort to bad matchmaking, but it became whatever this is.